car to deliver the goods. Focus, floating, outdoor, collectibles, jewelry, so much more.
Hi guys, welcome back to Pillars 2.
You consider buying Balance in Nature long enough. Here is our best discount ever. Get 50% off your first set when you order as a preferred customer and use discount code FOXNEWS. This offer is being extended.
Look, we've all been there. Your AC decides to quit, turning your home into an unbearable sweat box, and now you have to deal with it. Hi, I'm Joe, and this is why I invented iFlow, the world's first automatic AC drain line cleaning system to keep your AC going and that cool air flowing. Look, that's a drain pan overflow that damages ceilings and walls, and you'll have to pay for it all. Here's why. A thick, slimy, sticky bacteria called Zupia lives inside your drain pan and drain line, clogging it up and causing your AC to shut. The best part is, instead of just stick it on an air handler, connect the iFlow, clean a cartridge, and you're good to go. And you don't have to be a because there's an iFlow app to help you through it. For special money-saving deals, visit buyiflow.com. Only 47. Aneurysm. Did he have life insurance? Do you? Gotta get on it. Check out Select. Trust me, the peace of mind, it's worth it. Life insurance is too important to put off another day. That's why Select Quote makes getting coverage you need easy. For less than $1 a day. Now get up to $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage. No, we shop for savings.
You can't watch, listen to the latest news, business, and news on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening. Now, all eyes on Donald Trump as he accepts the Republican nomination for president.
National Convention.
Live from Milwaukee. Denver special coverage.
I'm in for the big show, good morning, everybody. There was a guest inside the arena last night who wasn't expected. The head of the Secret Service was here. Why we do not know. That's the responsibility.
We also have this latest investigation from Pennsylvania, and it's like the questions keep getting harder, and the answers seem like they will be unbearable.
Great point. Also, the main event is almost here. Donald Trump in that building to conclude.
And huge news on the Democratic side. We're getting closer to possibly having some big news there. So we'll see you in just a few minutes.
We'll be watching. I can't wait. Meanwhile, singer Mary Milton will perform the national anthem before Donald Trump's nomination acceptance speech today. And she joins us live on the couch. Butterflies? A little bit. Not so good.
You sang for George W., you sang for Barack Obama, now Donald Trump. How do you feel when you're speaking to that many people and singing such a beautiful song?
Well, it's great to be here with you all. It's a great honor. I tell you, to sing for 4 consecutive presidents, including President Biden here recently. It's a great honor to sing the anthem, to honor God, honor our great country, and tonight to honor my friends, President Trump and First Lady Melania.
No one does it like you. Good luck on that honeymoon.
Say a prayer for me.
All right.
Okay, I'm saying it right now.
And we've put in the prompter in case you forget.
That's right.
Listen, God is surrounding Donald Trump right now, so I think he'll be A-okay.
Yes, indeed. And it's just great to be here tonight. I'm very honored. God bless you.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Meanwhile, Mary, it's the 20th anniversary of the Wounded Warriors Soldier Run.
And we're kicking off on our Fox Square.
As we have for now decades. Wounded Warrior Project Adaptive Sports Director Michael Owens joins us right now, along with Vice President of Physical Health and Wellness, James Herrera, and CEO of Wolf. Yeah. All at 48th and 6th Avenue in Midtown Manhattan. All right, let's start with you, Mike. You've been part of this for a very long time. It's got to make you feel great the way it has become such a big deal.
Oh, definitely. Events like these are critical for a successful transition, and I built that in my own transition out of the military. I've been with the Wounded Warrior Project for almost 17 years, so I've seen a lot of life change over the years.
Walt, where are you going?
Well, today we're going to go to Coney Island, so we took the Warriors with us today, no matter what. Keep moving. We'll all meet at Coney Island today. $19 for the first. And you just took over the organization. How does it feel? It feels great. It feels like I came home to family. Because there were around Warriors who understand service, and indeed. All right.
James, what's your website real quickly in case our audience will tell?
I'm here for
Sorry, say that again.
I see it right there on the screen. I was just asking about the website. Support.
Project.org. We can't do what we do without the support of our users. It has been our pleasure to kick this off for decades now, so let's start the ride in 3, 2, 1, go! There we go. Very nice. So this is amazing. This is amazing too. I love that the NYPD and FDNY cleared the way for it to go right through New York City.
And then a huge flag right over 48th Street, 6th Avenue.
Good luck, guys. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Love you, Wounded Warriors.
you out there. Are the beasts
No rest for the weary. This is J.D. Van speaking of the Faith and Freedom Coalition's County Country Breakfast here in Milwaukee. As the sun comes up in Wisconsin, let's step in and watch.
Where do these kids come up with this stuff? And that's certainly been my experience in raising my kids. And Ralph and others, if you have any good advice for how to answer those questions, I'd appreciate it, because it turns out my 7-year-old's already smarter than I am. That's his mother's influence, I think. And I appreciate what you said, Ralph, about my wife. I mean, she really is just an amazing person, and she gave a really, really great speech. And I
We're always happy to help.
it was such a tough act to follow, in part because I was crying backstage, and in part because she's beautiful and has this just incredible relatability to her. And I'm like, who in their right mind thought it was a good idea for me to follow this person and give the biggest speech of my life? And I realized it was my idea. So, my own fault. Let me leave you with just a couple of other thoughts. There has been a lot of rumbling in the past few weeks that the Republican Party of now, and the Republican Party of the future, is not going to be a place that's welcoming to social conservatives. And really, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say that is not true. Social conservatives have a seat at this table, and they always will, so long as I have any influence in this party. And President Trump, I know, agrees. So when I talk about his uniqueness in politics, I think one of the great virtues of his approach to politics, that his critics will slander in every which way, but President Trump is uniquely capable and aware of politics being the art of the possible. What can we do?
Michigan, good boy.
How do we advance the ball 1 yard before we advance it 10 yards before we advance it 2? And so I'd ask my social conservative friends, as you see the administration, as you see the campaign unfold, remember that this is a guy who delivered for social conservatives more than any president in my experience of life. I think he deserves a little bit of grace, and he deserves a little bit of trust, and I hope that we will all provide that to him. I certainly know that as his running mate, I will. So I'm gonna get out of here, but I want to leave you with one more final thought, and it comes from one of my favorite theologians, the character Jules in the movie Pulp Fiction. And if you've ever seen this movie, sorry, this will make sense in a second. If you've ever seen this movie, there's a scene where Jules is sort of a violent gangster, and a guy unloads on him at point blank range, and he sort of looks at himself and expects it to be, riddled with bullets, and then he's totally fine. And he gets into an argument with his fellow violent gangster about whether this was a miracle, whether God had come down from heaven and stopped these mother effing bullets. That was the exact phrase for that movie. And they argue about it, they go back and forth, and the guy says, and Jules, this is Samuel L. Jackson's character, said, well, look, It's not about whether God changed Coke to Pepsi or found my car keys. What matters is that I felt the touch of God. And I want to tell you a story because I think that, and again, I'm motivated in part by having a conversation with my 7-year-old. When we think about miracles, we think about Moses parting the Red Sea. But one of the really deep beliefs I have is that there are all of these small little miracles. And if you look for them, you actually see them. And I'll tell you, yesterday morning, I woke up, I went to bed around 1 in the morning, and I woke up around 3:30. And, you know, my mind is racing. I'm the kind of guy, I sleep like a baby. Even the past couple of weeks, going through this vetting process for the vice presidential nomination, I still slept like a baby. My head hits the pillow, I'm out, I wake up 6 hours later, and I feel good. That's how it's always been for me. But for some reason yesterday, the morning of the biggest speech of my life, I've got 2.5 hours of sleep. My kids are going to be up for 3 or 4 hours, so I'm bored, alone, anxious, and thoughts are racing through my head a mile a minute.
I do not expect the
And I say very simply, after 30 minutes of trying to count sheep or count backwards from 501, I finally just say, Jesus, please help me. And
I would be happy to assist.
And I'm not kidding, that was the last thing that I remembered until 3 hours later. And again, it's a minor thing, and I'm sure that people who don't believe in God will say, oh, that's just a weird coincidence, a minor little thing, but I felt the touch of God. And I think that if we look out there and we look in this country, we look at our past and we hopefully envision a future, we remember that there's a lot of little touches of God in our past, in our present, and in our future. We just have to look for them. Thank you. God bless you guys. Thanks for having me.
So this is the morning after the biggest speech of his life. That's JD Vance, right? Speaking here in Milwaukee. Good morning, everybody. I'm Bill Hammer, along with Dana Burrito here in Milwaukee. And I've got a couple things here. This is not a rah-rah guy.
No.
And I think that was evident from the speech last night. This is a guy who comes out and wants to tell a story about himself and what he believes, and really his introduction to
So he said a couple of things is interesting because we haven't heard a lot about social. What he said just now, social conservatives will always have a okay, so again, he last night on Fox to show that they want to have a big tent in Trump's Republican Party, and that was a nod to the social conservatives. Also, a personal story from him about how he was baptized in 2019, I believe. He decided to become a Catholic, and he had been touched after many moments of research and some connections that Peter Thiel, one of his advisors, mentors, and former business partners, had introduced him to. So, kind of a beautiful moment about faith this morning on Thursday, the 4th day of the RNC.
You got it. That message last night aimed at the blue wall, man. Right?
I'll tell you.
And Hillbilly Elegy is #1 on Amazon, by the way. We checked that out. Some more coming up from last night as we push forward to the big night tonight. And we still have many more questions than answers. Republicans at the RNC hounding the conservatives. She was in the building last night. This is what you're ready to hear from the former president for the first time since that would-be assassin bullet came within centimeters of his life on Saturday evening.
Sources tell Fox that the Secret Service flagged him as suspicious an hour before he opened fire. And the agency still wants the former president to take the stage.
Lawmakers not taking that very well. Meanwhile, we're getting new details now on the FBI investigation on the suspect. We are told he searched online for pictures of both Trump and Biden and wrote an ominous message on a gaming platform. Paul Morrow and Frank Rutherford with the latest on that part of the story. Bill Maluzhin reports on Trump's big night tonight. David Spunt reports on the latest on the investigation. A lot to go through. But let's start with Chet Pergram, who has some stunning sound of senators confronting the Secret Service director here in Milwaukee. Chet, hello. Good morning.
Bill, good morning. Lawmakers are livid at Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle after the astonishing security breakdown. 4 senators tracked down Cheadle After they were told, she flew to the convention in Milwaukee to meet with Secret Service agents on the ground.
Let's save this. Sorry, I gotta go. Fuck.